Hello everyone. As you can see by the title, I, ETHRON1, have gone to the AK-47. It is true. I have found, my friends, that my ARs no longer appeal to me. I've lost interest in them. So I'm trading off my ARs for the AK-47. Yeah, like that'll ever happen? I think not. But as you can see, I did acquire an AK-47, or AKM if you want to be technical. The Romanian WASR 1063, 7.62 by 39 from Century Arms. I acquired this in a rifle deal. Recently I sold my Armalite M15 and took this in as partial trade. It was a pretty good deal. I got the rifle, had a few things already on it, 330 round mags, 140 round mag, case, generous amount of ammunition, and a sizable amount of coin for the M15. You know, I've always wanted to get an AK, but I just never really wanted to spend the money. I've looked at them at gun shows or in gun shops, and just, I don't know, it was one of those take it or leave it type deals. Most of the time, for the most part I left it. Just never, wasn't sure if I was going to like it. But now that I actually have one, I honestly have to say, it's growing on me. And I'm really starting to like it. Not enough to trade off my ARs, mind you. That'll never happen. So, anyway, let's take a closer look at it. Alright, let's start with the business end. Now it did come with the Troy Industries flash hider. I have taken it out and shot the rifle. In all honesty, this, other than looking badass, does nothing to help control muzzle rise or recoil. So it is definitely going to get replaced. Now we have the standard canted WASR 10 front sight. In this particular case, it's canted to the right, so the front sight post is all the way to the left. Fairly accurate at 25 to 50 yards. I haven't taken it out past that. As to correcting this, I have heard both sides of the coin. Some say it's easy to fix, others say it's a major pain in the butt. So I haven't quite made up my mind on what I'm going to do with the front sight, being I'm making this for a close range weapon. I may leave it as is or send it in to a company like Rifle Dynamics or something like that and have them fix it 100% professionally. Now we have this wonderful ground down bayonet lug. I'm not even going to get started on this. It's basically now a guide for the cleaning rod, so like I said, I'm not even going to get started on a rant. It has the Tapco AKL polymer handguard, and I'll get back to this in a minute. We have a enlarged knurled knob that apparently fits over the standard charging handle, held in place by a set screw. Now I don't know the manufacturer of this, if by chance somebody happens to recognize this, feel free to post it in the comments below. I would be kind of curious as to what company makes that, but that is definitely going to stay. So then we have our standard safety. I have been looking at some notch safeties. I haven't quite made up my mind if I'm going to purchase one or if, as you can see, there's slight pencil marks here, if I'm going to notch it myself. Another one of those I'm still kind of debating, but odds are I'm going to go ahead and notch this out myself. That way it holds the bolt open. Now I'll probably be doing a video on that. Next up is, first thing I did was replace the grip. It came with a saw style grip. I'm not sure on the manufacturer, but it was a very cheap grip. Put on the Hogue overmolded grip for the AK-47 and AK-74. Now if you own an AK, you really should take a look at one of these. The texturing is just absolutely perfect. I mean, as far as a non-slip surface, finger grooves, very comfortable. One of the best grips I've ever, I guess you could say, put my hand around. Being a fan of the Hogue overmolded grip on the ARs, which are fashioned after the A2 grip, if Hogue would take this exact design for the ARs, I would replace my original Hogue grips in a heartbeat. This is a very nice grip. So if you own an AK-47, you may want to take a look at one of these. I'm 100% sure you're not going to be disappointed. And then we have the standard wood stock. Okay, this is the factory stock. Somebody painted it black and did a little polish job on it, which is no matter because this is getting replaced anyway. So, well, let's take a look at the other side. Now, whoops. Now, the rifle did not come with a sling or rear sling loop. As you can see here, the screws are there. So what I had to do was I improvised a little bit, and I had a GI standard single strap sling that came with one of my ARs, attached a QD sling swivel on one end, and it wasn't quite long enough, so I used some spare parts from a previous customization of the Vickers Blue Force Combat application sling. Attached another sling swivel. Has a quick detach buckle, but this is only temporary because I do have a Vickers Blue Force Combat application sling already. It seems to be a generation 2 because it's a little different than the ones I have for a couple of the ARs. But anyway, so I had to customize the sling, but then I needed to attach it. I borrowed the SR22 QD sling swivel adapter off my AR-10. Now this is manufactured by Midwest Industries for the SR22 handguard. It also fits the G2SS as well as the AR-10SS. So it's kind of an improvise, adapt, and overcome type situation. MI does make a QD sling swivel adapter very similar to this specifically for the AK. But again, I won't be acquiring that because I have a collapsible stock setup that I will be installing on this. It does have the optic rail or mount, I guess you would say, on the side. They don't deburr these very well because this is a very sharp edge. I'm going to run a little emery over this. Pretty sharp. But as far as putting an optic on this, I haven't decided. I may go with something like a Burris Fastfire or something, a very small holographic type sight if I do. So now we'll get back to the Tapco AKL handguard for the AK-47 and AK-74. Now you notice this is a little different. It originally came with it was about a 1/2 inch polymer adapter that bolted to the side. You can see the holes there. Stuck out from the handguard about 1/2 inch. And then once I added a QD sling swivel port to it, or adapter, and the swivel itself, it pretty much stuck out about that far. And that was just unacceptable. So what I did is, this is an extra rail I had for the G2SS. Now, a little contemplation, a little redesigning, and a couple of drill bits. As you can see, I turned the nuts around and managed to mount it to the side of the handguard for a QD sling swivel port. Now I did have to do a little alteration of the handguard itself underneath here, and well, let's just say it's a good thing the rail covers it because it wasn't pretty. But now it's extremely sturdy and very functional. Might have to do a little bit more refining on this, and I still may be able to adapt something to this, but I do have a Midwest Industries handguard that I will be installing on this, so there's another video. And just look at the rest of it. I did check all the numbers, the serial number, dust cover, bolt, and all the serial numbers do match, so that was definitely a good thing. You can determine this is a whole rifle rather than a put together parts kit. Well, there you have it. Just a quick look at my new AK-47. Well, there you have it, my friends. A look at my new AK-47. Oh yeah. Or AKM, if you want to be technical. Now, I have acquired several new parts for this. Handguard, stocks, a few other parts and accessories. One of the first videos we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing the handguard with the new MI AK SSK key mod handguard for the AK-47-74, as well as the stock adapter collapsible stock. So stay tuned. This has definitely opened up a new world for videos. As I like to say, be safe, send it down range. Help defend your Second Amendment rights. Join and support the NRA. Now more than ever. Until next time, target on. Das Verdanya, my AK comrades.